I remember staring at my screen, watching the spinner crawl as if mocking me. A full 10 minutes just to recompile a single line of code, while the employees across the hall did it in 3. And the worst part, I wasn't even doing anything wrong. I was just a consultant. But by the end of this story, those slow machines would cost them far more than they ever imagined. If you've ever felt underestimated, ignored, or outright disrespected, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and stick around to witness a story where patience, cleverness, and a little slow-burning revenge turned a minor injustice into a masterclass in payback. Over a decade ago, I landed a consulting gig at a major pharmaceutical company. On the surface, it was a dream. Great people, friendly culture, excellent work-from-home policies. I remember thinking, finally, a place that actually gets it. We consultants got shipped laptops to work remotely. And here's where the trouble began. While the company's full-time developers had lightning-fast, top-of-the-line machines, we, the consultants, were given the slow, underpowered models. Picture this. CPU-hogging software, memory-intensive local servers, code that needed compiling and restarting dozens of times a day. The employees zipped through tasks effortlessly, while we sat, staring at spinning cursors, feeling the hours drain away. It was infuriating. Not just frustrating, it was demoralizing. We raised the issue with our leads, our managers, even the VP. We explained, look, if we had machines as capable as the employees, your projects would be completed faster. And yes, the cost difference is minimal compared to the hours we're losing. Even the employees backed us up. They said, it makes 0 sense. You're doing the same work, but slower because your tools are weaker. But of course, the bean counters at the parent company had no interest in fairness. Their response, nope. Consultants don't get top-of-the-line laptops. End of story. And if that wasn't enough, our main point of contact was the textbook definition of a controlling micromanager. Someone who relished asserting authority over anyone they could. Every polite request, every reasonable argument, bounced back like a ping-pong ball. So there we were. Underestimated, undervalued, and powerless. Or so they thought. The first few weeks I tried to keep pace. Coffee in hand, eyes strained from staring at a progress bar that barely moved. Each compile cycle took 10 agonizing minutes. 10 minutes to do what someone else could do in 3. My frustration built quietly, simmering beneath the surface. I remember the physical tension. The tightness in my shoulders, the shallow, impatient breaths, the way my fingers twitched over the keyboard, willing it to move faster. I'd glance at the sleek employee laptops in Zoom calls, silently cursing the injustice. Eventually, we realized something important. They couldn't force us to work faster than our laptops allowed. That was the loophole. If the tools were intentionally slow, the output would be proportionally slow. And if the output was slow, the billing hours would rise. So we adopted a simple strategy. Deliberate inefficiency. Each time we made a minor code change, we let the compile run. Multiple times. We would set the machine to recompile, then walk away, grab coffee, do laundry, or just stare out the window. When the business team complained, "Why is this taking so long?" we would share our screens. They could see, in real time, the laptop crawling under the workload. There was no room for argument. No shortcuts possible. It was frustrating for them, humiliating even, but it was perfectly legal. It was justice disguised as bureaucracy. Months went by, and the effect began to ripple. Projects fell behind schedule, deadlines were missed, and the executives started noticing the extra billing hours. Remember, these were companies obsessed with numbers. Hours logged equaled money spent. And our slow laptops were racking up a fortune in consultant hours. We didn't rush. The beauty of it was in the slow burn. Every 10-minute compile was a tiny act of rebellion. Every hour billed unnecessarily was a quiet victory. Even when our point of contact tried to crack the whip, we had an unassailable defense. There's no way to go faster without faster machines. There was one moment that sticks in my mind. I called the IT help desk in frustration, half expecting to be brushed off. Instead, the agent chuckled. Honestly, I've worked here 10 years. I'll never understand why the directors and VPs get top-of-the-line laptops when all they run is Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And yet, the people doing the heavy computing get these ancient machines. It felt validating, like someone else finally acknowledging the absurdity of the system. After 6 months of this, the parent company finally woke up. The numbers didn't lie. Delayed projects, inflated billing, frustrated employees. It all pointed to the same conclusion. Our laptops were upgraded, finally bringing us in line with the employees. The revenge was subtle, indirect, yet immensely satisfying. It wasn't about sabotaging anyone or causing chaos. It was about letting the system's own obsession with efficiency and numbers come back to bite them. And then came the personal cherry on top. 2 months after receiving the new laptops, I found a better job. I left, but the memories linger. Long coffee breaks while the code compiled, knowing that each wasted hour was a small, justified act of payback. Even today I smile thinking about it. That quiet, clever revenge didn't involve shouting or confrontation. It relied on patience, strategy, and the undeniable truth that fairness will eventually find its way, sometimes disguised in unexpected forms. Looking back, it wasn't just about laptops. It was about being underestimated and proving, with cleverness rather than anger, that we deserved respect. Sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't dramatic. It's slow, deliberate, and undeniable. If this story gave you chills or made you laugh at the sheer poetic justice, smash that like button. Subscribe for more real-life revenge stories, and comment below. What's the most satisfying, small revenge you've ever pulled off? Let's celebrate clever victories together.